Welcome one and all to another edition of Swiss's Commuting Chaos. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't yet subscribed, hit the pause button and subscribe. Yeah, so Steve-O, we're back. It's always good to be back, Carl. Steve-O, it looks like there's a whole lot of cyclists actually stopping at the traffic lights and... it's truth, mate, what's this strong guy doing? Well, Carl, he appears to be doing a wheelie in the middle of rush hour traffic down Farringdon Street. At the same time, seems to be doing an impression of a 1980s suite called a Pacer, for those of you that are old enough to remember. Anyway, Carl, we'll follow Pacer Boy down the Farringdon Street Road. He's on the wrong side of the road there, mate, and sure as eggs is eggs, he's going to cut across in front of the traffic and go through the traffic lights. Yep, but I'm afraid worse is to come, mate, because you can only assume that drugs are involved in this clip, or it's another great case of failed care in the community. Well, that's truth, Steve-O. I mean, what the hell's he doing? He's got one arm in the air celebrating something. Yeah, Carl, most likely celebrating his own imminent departure from his drug-ridden existence. Now, what we've got here, right, is a motorcyclist that looks as though he's perfectly legal, but when we look a little closer, we find that he's got a whole load of Velcro on his number plate, presumably so he can cover it up with another false number plate. One assumes that this is because he wants to be able to jump through the traffic lights or speed, but he doesn't seem to have any compunction about doing it on this number plate. Perhaps he identifies as a cyclist. Now, I do like to keep things light-hearted, but this particular clip, there's nothing light-hearted about it. This is a narrow residential road with a housing estate on the left-hand side. I can see there's a coach coming down, so I'm going to pull over nice and early to the side of the road, give him plenty of room. And it's just as well I did. Because as the bus comes towards me, there's no acknowledgement that I've let him through, which I found a little surprising, but then it all becomes quite apparent what's going on. He's not even looking at the road, he's looking at his mobile phone. So I've got to ask the question, would he have even noticed I was there? Now, I genuinely didn't know what to do about this. I spoke to Mrs. Swiss, and she said, you need to take action against this guy. So I've contacted the firm in question, and they have confirmed, having seen the video, that his services as a driver for them have been terminated. Now, Swiss, right, he gets regular comments from viewers saying that he's referring to people as riding illegal e-mopeds. They say it's just an e-bike and there's nothing illegal about it. Well, I think I'll put a few facts straight then, shall I? An e-bike is legal on the road if it classifies as an EAPC, electrically assisted pedal cycle, so it has to have pedals on it for propelling it. The motor is restricted to a continuous rating of 250 watts, and the electrical assistance to the pedalling has to cut off at 15.5 miles an hour. So far, so good. So as a general rule of thumb then, if it's an e-bike and it's doing more than 15.5 miles an hour and the chap's hardly pedalling, it's probably illegal. If it's on throttle over 3.5 miles an hour, it's definitely illegal. And if the rider's riding it with a balaclava on in the middle of summer, yeah, bet your bottom dollar it's illegal. So there you go. No pedalling, illegal. No pedalling and going through a red light, definitely illegal. Yeah, well, Tony, it looks like Swiss is making his way down Farringdon Street. He stopped for the man with the lollipop. Ho, Tony, did you see the tit in the Tesla? Yeah, smashing Ralph, but as Mr. Lollipop Man makes a move to one side and Swiss starts to pull away, some complete muppet on a bicycle cuts down the inside of him. Then he's going to cut onto the cycle lane, nothing wrong about that, but when he gets to the traffic lights he goes straight through the red light for the cycle lane and swerves out in front of Swiss. Aye, and the lad's not even French. Now, this next clip, there's a lot to unpack here, and keep in mind there is no right turn from any of the roads approaching this junction. So first of all, we've got the illegal scooter, then there's the lime bike lunatic turning right, meeting the illegal bike coming down the wrong side of the road, also turning right. Of course, it wouldn't be a Swiss video without a 20 minutes of doing something stupid. Now, what we've got here in this clip is the world's thinnest bus lane. It's on Fleet Street, and as you can see, the thick white lines on the right hand side denote the edge of the lane, which apparently goes into half the cycle lane. As we get to the traffic lights, we can see it's about 1.5 meters wide, so how a bus is supposed to fit into that fucking space, I'm really not sure. But anyway, if you've got a bus that fits those requirements, please write to Sadiq Khan. You have an annual budget of 20.7 billion, which is larger than the entire national budget for either Iceland or Malta, but you still blame everybody else when something goes wrong instead of your inadequate intellect and personality. And I have a bus that's less than 1.5 metres wide that will fit inside the TfL bus lane on Fleet Street. Care of City Hall. Apparently the middle name of this line biker is Idiot. Oh, Tony! Did you see that?
Don't hurt me, Arch. I'm only little.
Yeah, smashing Ralph. And that's a perfect example of why 20 minuters shouldn't get too close to the vehicles in front of them. Yeah, well, not unless they want the contents of their crash limit to be smashed potato. So it looks like Swiss is at the traffic lights at Battersea. He's illegal. He's illegal? Don't tell me he's actually going to stop at the red light. As you were, sorry, my mistake. Now, Swiss is in Battersea, right, and he's pulled away from the traffic lights and he wants to change into the right-hand lane, but he can see just up ahead the nose of a white car just popping out. He decides to stay in his own lane, and it's just as fucking well he does. Now, you might be thinking, well, what's this got to do with anything? But you've got to take in mind what's behind Swiss, which is the new game that I likes to call Swerve or Certain Death. I was driving along the road, and it's blum 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 blum. Bang! Ooh, bloody wheels falling off again. But I was very, very drunk. So Swiss is riding through Vauxhall, and this chap on scooter regularly turns up next to him wearing a spangly helmet and sunglasses, and it always makes Swiss laugh, because he likes to think to himself, oh, that could be Rockstar Thunder Jackson.
What exactly is a Thunder Jackson?
Any road, turns out Thunder Jackson's aware that he's asking quite a lot of that scooter's engine, so he always likes to give himself a bit of a head start on everybody else.
This is the ballad of the love sick doctor. Welcome to the stage.
Oh, Tony, is that Peter Dinklage on a scooter? Yeah, smashing Ralph, you've got to love the pink shoes he's wearing. Ah, well, Tony, I think we'll concentrate on the scooter boy next to Swiss, because Swiss knows that the lights are red. Don't change to green for a little while. Yeah, smashing Ralph, because Numbnuts on the scooter has gone from the right-hand lane, turning left through a red light. And Signor Numbnuts is about 50 yards through them by the time they turn green. So this girl on the pavement, she must be on her way to a fancy dress party, and she's doing some slutty Bo Peep girl from UFO combo. Ah, well, good luck to her anyway. Now, it turns out we're in the middle of a heat wave, and at 30 degrees, I don't see how ice is going to be forming on the road. So why is this illegal, I hear you ask? Well, it meets the third category. He's wearing a balaclava in summer, so he's clearly up to no good. Shadwell here, and we can clearly see that the taxi on the right-hand side of the footage is waiting very patiently at a red light. So as the lights change for Swiss and he pulls away, he's suddenly going to notice the tomb fat on the bicycle.
Yes, you must have shot an awful lot of...
Cyclists.
Yes, I used a machine gun.
Now technically, there's nothing illegal about the bike this chap's riding, but what he's doing is most certainly fucking illegal. Now, so Steve-O, we're the headline act again. As always, Carl. Now, Steve-O, I reckon the word you're looking for here is bewilderment. I can't think of another one, but let's leave it up to Robin Williams to sum it up. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And stay safe out there, guys, because it's a bloody mad world.